I can't believe they made a whole entire episode out of being chin checked. Guys, before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like, follow, subscribe, leave me a comment and all that good jazz. It's a great way to not only support me, but other content creators as well. It is a free way to support your favorite content creators. It doesn't cost you anything. And I always feel like if you're watching the shit anyway, you might as well just, hit the like button, leave a comment, even if you don't want to subscribe, but legit, you should subscribe because you're watching my shit anyway. But anyway, so the episode, they're getting ready to have like some sort of annual event, I guess, that happens in Potomac or Maryland, probably Maryland, right? Now, the Kentucky Derby, I've heard of because, it's renowned. I'm not sure exactly what this is, but I saw horses and I saw like fascinators. So I'm thinking Kentucky Derby, but in Maryland. Apparently, they're all getting together to this event, and Wendy was invited specifically by the First Lady of Maryland. According to her, I don't know. I guess we'll see in episode 4 if we get any appearances from the First Lady or not. But Wendy and Kay, they're having events at the same time. They are having this event at Kay's new condo. I do like that in Potomac and even in Salt Lake City that the episodes are just centered around one event. I love it. I love it because, some of these other franchises, like, they're so lackluster that the editing department, they just have to really draw it out with filler episodes. And then you just get like the last 5 or 10 minutes of an episode and then it goes into like the next episode. But so for Salt Lake City and Potomac, they're just like, their episodes are just based on one event and I love it. Kay, she's hosting it at her new condo and I guess her and her man Greg are like together but not together, living separately. I don't know what the whole dynamic of that relationship is. I guess we'll find out, but legit, that man came out, gave her a wad of cash and was just like, here babe, go spend money on horses or some shit. And I was just like, okay, Greg, I'm not hating you right now. So I don't know. We'll see as the season progresses. But right now, I don't know that much about any of the ladies. I kind of feel like Stacey is a little bit weird. A lot of the women do not seem to jive with her. I like Giselle. I think she's beautiful, but I also think that she is very honest. Let's be real. None of these housewives are completely honest. But just like anyone else, we have our little white lies and our little fibs and our little embellishments and exaggerations. I do it too, okay? Of course I do. And you do too. You watching this. And everybody else out there, okay? We all do it. It's part of storytelling. So feel like as far as honesty goes, like if you're not straight out saying like a very blatant lie that will cause harm, I don't have that energy for anyone like that. Now, see, somebody like Margaret over there on Real Housewives of New Jersey, I can't jive with her. And I can't jive with somebody like Melissa Gorga because I feel like those two, they do put out lies that have real consequences and the lies are put out there to hurt. And before you start all that shit about, oh, Teresa's a felon and whatever, listen, I don't give a shit. We have a president who's a felon. People tell me Teresa's a felon. I'm like, maybe she could run for president of the United States. Like, please. At this point, we should just have a Real Housewives of felons. Are you serious? Like, please. That's some crazy shit. People get so upset over financial white-collar crimes, but legit, you have housewives on the franchise, the network, and whatever, with DUIs, with drug arrests, domestic violence arrested, all this other shit. And it's like, yeah, you need to drop the felon label. Anyway, off topic, I digress. Getting back into it. So this episode was centered around Kay's event. They're still talking about the whole chin check thing. Now, Giselle, Ashley, Wendy, and Angel and Tia, they met up somewhere to go shopping. And Giselle's letting all the ladies know that they're going to Neves. She said that the ladies are going to be staying at the Four Seasons. And they were talking a little bit about the whole, chin check thing with Angel and Kay. Angel said that she talked again with Kay. Kay kind of took back what she said. She retracted what she said. Giselle got upset about it because Giselle was like, well, she apologized to you, but now she's taking it back saying that's not how it went down. And she's like, well, at our first get together, I'm going to bring this up because now you're making me look like I'm a liar. Stacey, she meets with her friend. I have no idea who this lady is, but she's getting married. And okay, like, who are you, woman? Like, who are you? Apparently, I don't know, Giselle has like some man or something, but she was out on a date with like a former NFL player who is 50 years old. But I'm just thinking, like, how is this gossip? Like she's divorced, right? Like, I feel like this is only tea or scandalous if she was like stepping out on her marriage. Giselle was on Love Hotel or Love Island or some shit like that, or Hotel Island. I don't even know what the hell those show's called because I've never watched it. But she was on it with, what's her face? Was she on it with Sutton Strack? All these like old white blonde ladies, they all look alike to me. What was her name? Not Sutton. Shannon. Yeah, the other one. Shannon Bedore from OC. So I feel like, girl, this isn't tea. Like, what are you doing, Stacey? Like, what? She's stepping out on her relationship or something? Because I'm just like, this is tea? her dating? Like, okay. I mean, I don't know. Is the man that she was seen with, is he like, is he stepping out on his marriage? Because like, unless there is something scandalous going on with that man, I'm just like, girl, this isn't tea. She's going out on a date. Like, what? Like, Stacey, you're so lame. You're so damn lame. Anyway, like, I don't know what the hell that was. Now, Wendy and Kay, they meet up at like a pier somewhere, and they're sitting down on a bench. And again, Kay's trying to tell her like, oh, I feel like, you want to only be TV friends or whatever else. And Wendy's just like, listen, we a grown-ass woman. Like, I can't give you a friendship where I need to hold your hand. Like, again, I don't know if Kay is looking for her to be her bosom buddy or something, but it's giving a little bit like clingy and a little bit psychotic, because I'm just like, girl, what? Listen, I've said this for the last 2 episodes already. I'm going to say it for the 3rd episode. I know she's been accused of like insurance fraud, but I'm siding with Wendy on this. Like, girl, what are you doing? Like, are you just like looking for something to have as a storyline? I don't even know what's going on. But every single time she's saying that she feels dismissed, Wendy is like, how am I dismissing you? I'm congratulating you. I'm inviting you to places. I'm showing up for you. I'm defending you. And she said, obviously, I don't know about this because this is the first season that I'm watching Potomac, but they did a flashback of it. And she was like, all the other ladies were accusing that your money is funny and that it comes from drugs. I stood up for you and I was the only one who went to check on you. And now all of a sudden I'm not there for you. She's making sense to me. We'll see how the season goes. I'm able to separate the whole insurance fraud business with this nonsense that Kay is trying to make happen. And I'm just like, Kay, it's not happening. Fetch is not happening. Okay. It's just not happening. She reminds me of the Strudel girl. Anyway, I will say this at the luncheon that was happening at Kay's house. Let me tell you, this is why I don't like when events are at someone's house, because you're at someone's house. Most of us was raised right. Most of us. There's a level of respect that you maintain while you're at somebody's house, especially if their family is there. Kay's mother was there. She was in the background. I forgot which one of the ladies made the comment. Like, yeah, Kay's mother was hanging in the back just in case things went left. Also, when you're at someone's house, they have the authority to tell you to get lost, to tell you to go kick rocks, like what Emily did with Katie, where she was like, I think you should leave, which was like so disgusting. You're so gross, Emily. Anyway, but at the same time, you can't really not leave because you're at somebody's house and they have that authority to tell you to go kick rocks. I don't care. Film at the freaking parking lot or film at like the park. The park is for free. Go film at the park if you have to. I'd rather have a scene at the park than at somebody's house, just because of that dynamic, that power dynamic. When you are at someone's house, and again, most of us was raised right, so that you respect that you are at someone else's house. Now, that's not to say for everyone, because I still remember that episode, that season when Monica was on it, and I was just like, legit, this girl is like Walmart parking lot trash, because it was Angie's Greek Easter, and the way she was popping off and she was cursing, there was kids there, and Sean, her husband, you see now, Sean was even like, we don't talk like that at our house. There's kids around here, families around here. That's not the language that we use. And she just kept on popping off, and even her mother was like talking to her in Portuguese, like, calm down, let's go talk in the bathroom and everything. And I was like, you know what, Linda, she might be batshit crazy, but in that scene, she was making sense to me, and I just feel like Monica wasn't raised right. But she's admitted she wasn't raised right. So where's the lie? Where's the lie? What am I saying that's not true? Because she has admitted multiple times that she wasn't raised right. So I'm just saying she's had no home training and she wasn't raised right. And that's why she was popping off at somebody else's house. But, that's why I don't like these scenes with these like cast events or films at somebody's house, because I felt like Angel, she got chin checked. So Giselle brings it up and she's like, I need to clear the air because now it seems like I'm being a liar. You said that she was chin checked. Now, Kay tries to spin it and says something like, I told you that if I said it, I'd apologize. They went back and forth a little bit. I'm not even understanding what the hell was going on. But Wendy does say, well, that wasn't the energy that you had when we were out shopping. You were making it seem that is really aggressive, the way she said it. I don't even know her to use that kind of language and all this other stuff. So now you're not having that energy anymore and it's coming off as fake. But it wasn't only Wendy that was saying it, because Ashley and Tia were also like, yeah. So is Giselle. They were all like, okay, this seems a little bit like you were putting it on for us. And now it's like, oh, not that. That's not that big of a deal, whatever. I kind of feel like, she was at Kay's house and Kay's mother was hanging out in the back. So like, you definitely don't want to disrespect somebody in front of their mother too. I mean, most of us, I don't know, maybe Monica Garcia, but who knows? I felt like Angel was in an awkward position. I don't necessarily feel like she was punking out, but I feel like she was at somebody's home and Big Mama was hanging out in the back. But I feel like, Kay, you're looking kind of shitty to me. You could go hang out with Stacey because you're looking kind of weird to me too. Anyway, that was the events, but when Giselle was like, well, if Angel didn't get chin checked before, she got chin checked now, because the way that Kay was talking to her, I know Kay likes to say that Wendy is dismissive of her and whatever. Like, no, Kay, you were dismissive of your friend for 20 years when you were like, this is the last time I want to hear about it. Like, girl, what? No, like, what? And I will say that the optics of it, viewing it, it did seem like, oh, okay, maybe y'all had a conversation afterwards and you got chin checked. Because that was how Ashley and Wendy and Tia were feeling about it, because it was weird. It was weird, the energy that she had, and all of a sudden it was such a pivot. And she dropped it really fast. So it just seemed like she got chin checked. Anyway, that's the episode, and they're going to what is, I guess, the Maryland's version of the Kentucky Derby. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to Google it or ask my ChatGPT what the hell that was. I'm enjoying the season. It's 3 episodes in, and I feel like when an episode goes by fast, it means that I like it. I've always liked Salt Lake City, and I've said this plenty of times, because right from the jump, Salt Lake City got it right. They had a black woman. They had an Asian woman. I know you guys all think Jen Shaw's black, but no, she's Polynesian. They're Asian. Okay. They have Meredith, a Jew, and her family is like Jewish. And then Lisa, Jewish converted to Mormon. And then they had Heather and Whitney, ex-Mormons. And they had Jenny, which was a disaster. But Jenny, I mean, she was Vietnamese. So to me, Salt Lake City has always been that show. If there was one show about being inclusive, it's the freaking franchise out of Utah, of all places. Anyway, but I'm enjoying Potomac because, you know, episodes are going by really fast. So let me know what you guys think. And all right, like I said, don't forget to hit the like, follow, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I'll check you guys out later. Bye.